Hello, English teachers. This is an English conversation starter for teens and adults at the intermediate level. I'm Speak Up English Talk Resources, and I'm a store that specializes in creating conversation lessons for kids, teens, and adult learners. And the way my lessons are designed is that they come in three parts. The first part here is an introduction to some key vocabulary. The next part is a short article. And the last part is some discussion questions where you and the students can get engaged in some fun and interesting conversation where you can share your experiences and views about this particular topic. So today's topic that I'm going to present to you is on human skills that AI cannot replace. And so at first, the first part is introduction of some key vocabulary. So for example, I have the word here, critical thinking, right? What does that mean? So it gives you a definition. You don't have to get the student to read it, but you can just explain it in a general sense to them. And also, my lessons, they all come with beautiful pictures, right? So because a picture tells 1,000 words. So, and then it comes with a sample sentence, and it shows you how this term critical thinking is used. And you can even engage the students and by asking them, are you good at critical thinking? And ask them to give examples, or at what kind of situations are you required to give to do a critical thinking. Okay. So, and another one is, for example, I have the term, right? Personal interaction. Again, here's the definition. And also here is a short sentence that demonstrates how to use this term, right? So, and I would ask the student, do you think personal interaction is important for making friends, for getting along with your coworkers at work? Okay. And then another one that I have here is misleading, right? What does it mean to be misleading? And then, here is a interesting picture and then a sentence that shows you how to use the word misleading. Okay. And next comes part 2, which is the lesson itself, or the article. And the article is split into a few pages. And each page, I have like 2 or 3 sentences on each page, so that it's easier on the eye, especially if you're doing online teaching. So here is a sample of the article. You can get the students to read it, and this is a good time for you to check the students' reading and comprehension skills, and also check for their pronunciation, and also their intonation, because some students, they tend to read without noticing the commas and the periods, right? They keep reading as if it's just one whole big sentence. And I usually need to, correct them. And also, I find that a lot of students, especially ESL students, when it comes to a question, they don't raise their tone when it comes to a question. Like they would just make it like a flat sentence. And so this is where you can advise them on how to, fix their intonation. And it actually can, do a lot of jobs that humans can do, right? But then on the other hand, humans have critical thinking skills, right? Because AI sometimes, when you type a lot of information into the system, into the computer, AI picks up that information and they become to agree with whatever you type. Okay. So they don't really give you some independent judgment. And this is where humans play an important role, because humans have critical thinking skills, whereas AIs don't. AI is just a learning tool. All right. And then here I introduce the word empathy, right? What does that mean? And this is where humans are superior to AI, because humans can show empathy. So this is important when it comes to jobs like nursing or healthcare, right? So this is something that AI will never replace. And then after that comes the question period. Okay, so this is part 3, and I have usually like a bunch of like maybe 7 to 9 questions on each of my lessons. And if you have more questions that you can come up with, by all means throw them in. But these questions are designed to save you, the teacher, the time, so that you don't have to make up your own questions. So for example, here, this is a question: are you excited or worried about the future of AI? And ask them why, right? And share your experiences and get them to share their experience. So one one of my students, she's in high school, and she is worried about the future of AI because she thinks that she might not be able to find a job when she comes out from university in a few years, right? And then next, I have another question that says like, has AI ever given you the incorrect information? And my student tells me yes, of course. And she tells me that AI actually learns how to lie a lot. And when you type in your prompt, you gotta specify that you don't want them to speculate. Okay, so this is a big word, and this is how I teach her in the term speculate, like don't lie, right? Don't speculate. And then next, I have another sample question like, which job do you think AI will replace easily? And, a lot of my students tell me it's like computer programmers, right? Because that has to do with coding, and something that takes days to do, AI can do coding in less than like three minutes. Okay, but then there are other students that tells me, yeah, they're fast. Their AI is quick at coding, but then there are a lot of bugs to fix. So at the end of the day, it still need a human being to do quality checks and fix the bugs. Okay, so it's like a big debate, right? Um, Anyhow, take a look at this lesson, and you can visit my store at the Teachers Pay Teachers site, and I do sell individual lessons, and also I sell them in bundles. So that's it, okay? And my link is in the bio. Bye.